Hi everyone, it's Angela Nonwamima again. This is the night message. This is not letting me sleep because today we have work to do. I sent a lot of messages earlier, a 3-hour video, 3.5 or more, with a lot of information. And I still hear that the delusional woman is still trying to prove a point. She's not who she claims to be. Anyway, so it's not tarot. This is more about the moon. An upcoming full moon in 7th. Why did I tell people did you see in many of the readings how many people are under curses? Some are generational, but some you got them through affiliation, and I've always been warning you. Energy is extremely contagious. Energy is very contagious. Ever seen someone with smallpox or chickenpox? The moment you go close to them, and then suddenly you start also to itch, you get temperature, fever, and next thing is you're sick. Just like Ebola. You know, it's so infectious. You are who you hang out with. You have money, money is energy. You exchange energy with the wrong person, boom, it fucks up. See? And energy harvesting is real now. This is the reason why I came earlier to inform you this. On 7th, I'm telling you, all of you, make sure. It doesn't matter what religion you pray, but make sure you have your prayers on. And I want you to have 2 stones. In fact, not 2. Let me show you something. We will need to work with crystals. Okay? On the full moon, 7th. But why am I doing this right now and at this hour? It's midnight. And I'm doing it right now. The spirits. Something very significant is going to happen on 7th. We have a full moon in Gemini. I forgot even to check, but Mercury is going retrograde. I don't know if it will be retrograde on 7th. I should have checked. I forgot to check. But I know Mercury will be going retrograde. And that's the rule of Gemini. We have a full moon in Gemini. The sun is in Sagittarius, opposing the moon in Gemini, because those are the right opposite sign. But here is the story now. I was even checking it because it was going to be Wax's gibbous moon at 97.78%. And it will be at a tilt of, that's not important for everybody, but I will explain why I'm saying this. At a tilt of 139.524 degrees, a tilt. And I will explain what that means also. This will destabilize so many things, you know, when energetically, okay. How, I will explain, it will be totally different. How an astrologer like Lada will explain. Why? How I do my astrology is totally different because I have so many things inside. It comes with numbers, it comes with Kabbalah, and mostly with energy and visions, because I live there. I live there. I see what is happening. So I can explain like a story. They will explain it with angles. I explain it as a story because I see it like a bird eye view. And I know the effect. So what is going to happen? First of all, 97.78. That is, let's say, if you round it out, it comes to 98 degrees. There's a song which says 98 degrees. 98 degrees. What is that? A 9 already is the energy of Jupiter, which is the sun is in it, is there in the house of Jupiter, ruler, Sagittarius. And then 8 is Scorpio, the house before Sagittarius, which means death. Take that first point. We are going into traditional occult, which you just do mindset. You put the puzzles together, and then you'll understand why I said today we will need crystals. We will need 2 main crystals, and then a crystal pyro sign I will give you, and why you will need to protect yourself. It is one of the most dangerous full moon. Dangerous full moon. So what happens? 98, okay? We have a 9, the ruler of Jupiter, the house which is ruled by Jupiter, 9th house, which is Sagittarius, and the sun is there. See how now this logic works. The sun is where? In Sagittarius, 9th house. Break the 98, we have the 9. So we have sorted Sagittarius. Behind Sagittarius is who? Scorpio. 8th house. The house of what? Death. The house of occult. Do you know this full moon is called cold moon? Why is it called cold moon? On the mundane level, it's because it's winter. We are in winter, it's cold. But if you look deeper, cold-hearted people. What do cold means? When someone is cold, I will do anything nasty to you. What does cold mean? Cold people. Sociopath type. Or a psycho. They have no remorse. There is no emotion. What happens in winter when it's cold? Everything is dead. Frozen. If you know the cartoon, animated film Frozen, what happened when everything was frozen? There's no life. So this is the cold moon. Animosity at its finest. And slash, it's called cold moon, slash occult moon. Now here is where the game starts. Cold moon, occult moon. Those who are in dark occult, what do they do when they're cold? Cold-hearted people in occult, what do? What did I say? And it's not only it's called occult moon. Remember, we are still discussing the 8th house, yeah? The sun is in the 9th, Sagittarius. But the 98 degrees, 8th house is who? Scorpio. Scorpio rules the house of death and occult, taboo. So you will find out, you will pick bodies. One eye is not there. That tongue is gone. Albinos. I will say protect yourself. Those people who are albinos, you know that they are full white and such. They are taken, arms are cut, their organs are taken for rituals. Rituals will be so high. And since it is a cold moon, there is no remorse. Your own family will turn against you. If they need to, if they're in this dark world. People will turn into animals. Not everybody, no. I'm talking the ones who are cold. You know, like the sociopaths, psychopaths, people who are like bipolar and such. It will be at its peak. So there can be shootouts. There can be crazy stuff happening. And that's the reason I'm telling you. You'll need to protect yourself. And why am I telling you now? Because of preparation. So when you're shopping for your Christmas, for your Hanukkah things, even for school stuff for children, even for your own food, make sure you pass by an esoteric or online shop, get yourself a crystal. If you can't at any point, maybe you are not in a position to get one, please keep your energy on your phone. Let it run throughout your, what do you call this? Screen, on your home screen. The crystal that I'm going to tell you, you should use. My head is, oh, I'm getting a lot of info is coming. So that is the secret, the first secret I've broke for you, for the degrees. I rounded it off. It's 97.78, but when you round it off, it comes to 98. And then if you push from the line equilibrium, you will find it's 8 and 9. That is there in right alignment, 8 and 9. If you're smart enough, this is the time you can escape from an occult and get into what? A clear sign. Where the sun, God is sitting in Jupiter. So you can get philosophy, so you can even get what? The blessings of God. It's like you're going to be showered there by a sage and the blessings of God and leave the dark world. But otherwise, a lot of paranormal activities. I said earlier, for that psycho who can't stop, even for those people I said you're going to be in a wheelchair, full moon, this is the reason. People have manifested karma because of your cold behavior in the past. This full moon can be manifesting you because full moon is always completion. And the fact that we are ending the year, December, so there is a lot of completion. It's like wrapping up. Wrapping up. Mind you, the sun is where? In Sagittarius. But where is the rule of Sagittarius? In Jupiter. I mean in Aries. Jupiter is in Aries. So the rule of the ninth house is sitting, transiting where? In the first house. What does that mean? When God is sitting in the ninth house, the house of sage, philosophy, Obatala, if you look at the origins. But the main ruler is not there. The main ruler is sitting on the first house, Aries, which it means I am. Our first house in the natural natal chart, it's all about yourself. It's all about what? Yourself. So what happens? This is what happens. Whatever will happen in the ninth house and the eighth house will affect you directly. And I will explain something. You will understand. That's what I'm telling you. Please pay attention. I'm going slowly because I don't want to lose you. I'm trying to make you understand properly. I have a paper. When you have a crazy child who just thinks about ordering stuff and leaving you. This is how he is, my son, Bilal. He will just leave you crazy messages on papers. Mom, I love you. Mom, I want this. Mama, I need pizza. I miss pizza. Oh, this. He's just like that. He's going to be a very romantic boy, I hope, if he grows up. Because he's the type of a guy who will leave notes for you anywhere randomly so that you just remember him. It's something we do always here at home. So I just want to show you here. So the sun is in what? Sag. But we have here Scorpio. 8th house. Oh, I hope you can read my handwriting. So I write like a doctor sometimes. 8. See? The sun in... Oh, you can't see. Let me just write first. At what? 98 degrees. This is the 9. This is the 8. I just did a rough reading. Just see that. See that? It's rough. Now, what will happen? But the ruler of Sagittarius is in Aries. First house. So what does it mean? It's all about you. It's all about me. It's all about us. Not as in partnership. Yourself. Yourself. That's where Jupiter is. When you go deeper now, this full moon is happening at 7 degrees 48. Okay? Round it out. It comes to 7.5. Okay? What is 7? The 7th house, which is what? Libra. 7th house, which is Libra. What does Libra stand for? Justice, divine intervention, open enemies. That's what I'm saying. We'll have open enemies, shootouts. Psychopath will go bonkers and do crazy things. You might go into a party, somebody will just scream and throw things out on the table. You know, occult people will just lose it. Because one way or the other, they have to win or they have to do something. So they're going to go out of their way. But 7th house is also what? Divine intervention. With that 0.5, because it's 7.48 degrees. We've rounded it up, we have to 7.50. Forget the 0. We have 5. What is 5? Again, Jupiter, which is in the first house with Aries transiting. But at the same time, Jupiter is what? Sagittarius. And what is there? The sun, God. Do you understand me? The interlink. So there's divine intervention, 7, Libra, divine intervention by God, who is in this 9th house, Jupiter. And it's all about transiting the first house, Jupiter. First house, I am. All about me. So if I say me, when you look at me right now as you're watching me, it means about also you. It's all about you. We are going to be divinely judged. Whatever you have done for the last, it can go as far as 12 years. Because Jupiter is in the first house, which means it has finished the cycle. So there's a rebirth of its transits now. So we'll have a rebirth with Jupiter in the natal chart. So what happened in the last 12 years of your life? What happened in the last 12 months of your life? Because we're in December, we are winding up. This is the time you see in companies, people get bonus and such, and exactly that energy is happening now. What bonus are you getting? What penalty are you getting? Gemini is who? Mind you, before I move forward, 7.5, another 5 is Saturn and stability. 5 is Saturn and stability. The next step you take, you will lock yourself for the next 3 years of your life. And I mean real shit. Because I've told you, divine intervention, we are being judged by God personally. First house. So whatever you will do, that 5 has an effect. Jupiter is 5, the 5th planet. But Saturn as well is also carrying the energy of 5. The way you see it, it's written. So whatever you have now, it will be amplified. And especially that it's transiting the first house. Whatever you're doing, it will be amplified. 1, are you going to be blessed in bulk? Are you going to be restrained in bulk? Or are you going to be punished in bulk? Remember, it's a cold moon. There is no remorse. This justice is brutal. Come rain, come sunshine. It's not choosing anyone. Be it you're the top 100 powerful people in the world or just a little church mouse. It will not choose. This is something we will all be affected. Whatever you have done, I'm telling you right now, think twice. It's a cold moon, and we are dealing with who? With God himself. We are judged directly now. Direct impact. 9th house, he's sitting there as a sun. And then 1st house. Now, how are we going to feel it? The sun, I wrote it down here. I told you that it will be transiting. The full moon will be in Gemini. Let's stick now to the next step. The full moon will happen also in Gemini. What is Gemini? Our 3rd house. What is our 3rd house? It rules our communication. It rules our transport. Intellect, because Mercury is intellect. Communication in every aspect. Gadgets, even in person. Day-to-day activities we move. Duality, tricksters, con artists, thieves, and all that. Such people will be harshly judged. Such people will also, should they get an opportunity, they will be very brutal, but there will be an ending. You know why? Because the moon will be in opposition with the moon will be in opposition with Mars. I sent a photo earlier, just now I showed you. There's an alignment like stairs. There's Earth, Moon, and how it's going to be almost a perfect alignment. But it's going to be in opposition with Mars. So what is that? We know the sun is all about our Father and God. But we also know Moon is our mother, the womb, which brought us to this world. So what happens? The mother and the father. The father is already in the, like the house of God. He's there. But he's transiting on you now. All eyes on you. But the moon sitting here in the 3rd house, opposing Mars, the ruler of Aries and Scorpio. And didn't we talk about what is behind Sagittarius? Scorpio. And it's the female version of Mars that rules Scorpio, the water. And the male version is the one which rules who? Aries, the Ogun. So now this is where the whole concept now comes in. The mother, who is the moon, in Gemini. The father, who is in Sagittarius. And then we have the 7, divine intervention. As well as what? The 5, Saturn, our lineage. And Saturn, I said, well, it's Jupiter and Saturn. Jupiter being the 5th house, Saturn is when you write Saturn. If you see the symbol of Saturn, it's like 5. That's why I say Saturn. So what is it? Our lineage, our heritage, our protocols, our bloodlines. And that's why we have the mother, the father on board this new moon. And they are called. At the same time, the sun also is representing God. And there will be the divine intervention from the 7 and the 0.5 Is it a blessing or a curse from Saturn? First, it will restrict you the first 3 years if you're going to be in the harsh moment. And I mean harsh. Some people can get a disease that they can be bedridden non-stop for 3 years. Or someone can even be shut for 3 years, coma. For others, this is the formation of the generational curse. We were to break it. But now we have Mars and this full moon opposing. The mother who gives birth, the mother who carries the womb, the mother who channels, because the mother is the transporter who gives birth to us. The father has the seed, but the mother is the bearer of the bloodline. She's the womb is the bearer of the soul for the next generation and the next and the next. But the father carries the flag and the name of that family. So now you see the Saturn, how it comes in, the protocol. And this cold moon, this is where the shit comes in. Your father and God is personally asking you, what have you done to us, your ancestors? What have you done to us in our bloodline? The Hierophant, the devil. Remember, it's a cold moon and it's a occult moon. Have you bestowed our culture? Have you respected us as your ascended masters? What have you done to us? Your father is asking you first. Let's start with the father, who is sitting the sun in Sagittarius. Remember, Sagittarius by default is known to be the sign of truth, while the Gemini is the sign of lies. Why? Because of the trickster, Babalekpa. He's known to be the trickster. The gatekeeper, but the trickster. Because he has to trick you to teach you a lesson. But at the same time, when he is called, he can trick you to your own demise. And this is exactly the energy people picked. People were tricked and followed the wrong path. Now your father is questioning you. What have you done to our generation? We have created generational wealth. We have cultures. We have our customs. The Hierophant, 5. Coming from Saturn. We are being judged now. 7. The Libra house, justice. Your father now is asking you in your first house. He is sitting on you, the DNA in you, the genes in you. Your father, because we don't move with our mother's name, we move with our father's son name for recognition and the lineage to move on. So now he's in your first house, personally dealing with you, asking you. I'm asking you, what have you done to us, my child? What have you done to my name? I gave birth to you as the higher of our culture, of our bloodline, our lineage, for those who are blessed, for our wealth, for our traditions. What have you done to us? We're already gone. We left you these gifts. How did you use them? Did you honor us to get a upgrade in the heavens as ascended masters, as guides? Or did you abuse us for us to be demoted? Justice again, 7th house. Then comes the mother now. And you know, mamas don't joke. The moon, opposition with Mars. She's not scared. I gave birth to you. I gave you energy. I used my energy. What have you done to me as a mother? I'm stuck in a crossroad, in an energy of a trickster, gatekeeper, Papalek. Duality. You have changed, my child. What have you done to us? Did you pull our face up and we can be proud? Or did you turn us down? So what do I do? Remember, curses come from mama, mostly. Even in Islam, you know that. You're told paradise is under the feet of your mother, but you're told the curse from your mother has no curtain. It will hit you. Any prayer from your mama. So now this is where you ask, what have you done to your mother? The father is already in your system, first house. Your mother is opposing you now. Communication, Mercury. And if she is, I don't know, I'm not sure, but this part I'm not sure if Mercury will be retrograde. But one way or the other, this is what is happening. The time Mercury goes retrograde, it's pulling everything like a vacuum. And that is why we'll see generational poverty. Generational curses will be at its peak. It's a wrap up now. Jupiter in the first house, your father, right? He's taking the keys away. He's taking the blessings. We always call Jupiter the Santa Claus, the Big Daddy, because he always has presents. For Jupiter is a planet of good luck and fortune. But now he's taking it back because he's being judged. In the 7th house, divine intervention. And because of the wisdom in the 9th house, Obitala, what is he going to do? The only way I will stop more damage to happen in my family, in my hierophant, in my lineage, I will pull everything away. That's the wisdom. So this is how generational wealth now have activated. And it's affecting personally. First house, your father's in the system, he's going to suck everything in you. And that's why when I said yesterday, barrenness, this is it. Do you understand now how the sky works? I wanted to go slowly by slowly because I know my copycat just talks shit. And that's why I take people slowly, slowly, slowly. I give you bits, the high priestess way. Be careful what you do. The next step can lead to your death. And that is why I told, there's a reading in a Scorpio. I told you have a full cycle. You have no more control. You have no more protection. It's finished. So use it wisely. At least you get divine intervention and jump into the 9th house. Otherwise, if you're judged and you fall in the 8th house, you are done. Because 7 is Libra, justice. 8th is death. 9th is what? Philosophy and wisdom. So when you are judged, are you going to pass that sirat, that line, and fall in the pit of 8th house and you're finished? Or are you going to cross, take a lesson, and move to the wisdom house, 8th house, where God is, and get your redemption and protection? Because one way or the other, we can't escape this. We just can't. This is a war. Mother Gaia, the mother who bore us, the womb which brought us, and we have etheric code. We can't run away. We can't. And then come the father, Avinu, who's going to judge now. He's already in the system of the first house. We have him because we carry the father's name. So we are going to be judged. What have you done? I gave you my life. I raised you, even if I didn't. But there is life. We didn't come here just bursting from a tree. There was a mother and a father. Fertilization took place for us here to be humans. It's a process. And the soul just doesn't come like that. There's a soul contract you sign up there, and God always assigns us what to do. So you came here, what did you do? The last 12 years, the last 12 months are very significant in your life. Are you going to be the right person to do this? Have you been just, or were you unjust? Remember, again, cold moon, occult moon. And the occult is also the knowledge of the other world. So we are not going to deal only with our parents who are in 3D. 99% is the parents who are up, our ascended masters. Because those are the ones who have already built the lineage. Those are the ones who have built the hierarchy system for us. Even if people don't use it, you don't have parents, you don't have anything, but still you are born with two people involved. So you have a gene of a mother and a father. There's a lineage. So these lineages now are going to question you personally. Do you deserve what you have or you don't? Have you done the work or not? You are greedy? I'm going to pull everything. You are patient? Take it, my child. So we are going to pay a price for the last 12 years of our lives and the last 12 months of our lives. And it's going to be brutal. Brutally cold, or it's going to be a cold thank you or a cold slap. And I'm telling you, because it's occult moon, this is something going to be very spiritual. Because we don't see them. We feel their energy. We carry them. We carry our genes. We get intuition and all that. In the morning, in the earlier afternoon, I sent a lot of messages out there. And most people think it's a joke. But this is it. The curses, the magic, occult groups. A lot will be happening. A lot will be revealed. But there is divine intervention. People will be dying like chicken. And it's the reason which has activated. You are shaming your ascended masters up there. Because they're being judged. Are you promoting them to sit on the higher seats there? Or you are demoting them by doing crazy shit? Because when you shame them, they feel ashamed. They're judged too there. So as above, so below. Whatever is happening here, it's going to happen to them too. Even if you're someone who is an asshole, like a cold-hearted person, this full moon will put you in your place once and for all. So there might be a lot of people, you will just hear stories, people have died out of nowhere. Someone has overdrunk, because Scorpio is a lot of taboo things, doing things in excess. And then when we have the 5, Saturn, it's the Hierophant or the devil. So if it is occult, occult will be very cold. They will just take you. If you're the person who give, sell out people, they can come for you now. Jupiter, first house, moon opposing you. Your mother will oppose you. No, this is not me. My child, I didn't give birth to her. Take this kid. And I'm talking about the dark world, not this other occult, no. There can be many different occults. There are some which are just doing, traditional ancient stuff and that, no. I'm talking about the dark world, which is cold and ruthless. Such things. So your own mother will reject you. And remember, your father is in the first house. So what is there to say? It might sound like a story, but wait until the moon reaches the full moon. I don't think we are going to be liking it. So the 2 stones first you will need for protection, you will need black obsidian. And the other one you will need is tiger eye. Like this. Something like this, tiger eye. If you don't have, it doesn't have to be a bracelet or anything, but something small you can keep. If you don't have, I say, worst case scenario, just snap. Even in Google, you can find a photo, put it as your home screen. But you will need protection. And every sign I will give you a stone. Every sign I will give you a stone. Male and female, because we are going to be different here. We are judged differently. So I'm telling you in advance, protect yourself, but prepare for that judgment. It's happening, it's coming. I don't care what people say, because I am not tethering my energy with anybody. And whoever is moderating my page, be very careful. If you're taking my work to do something and do the opposite, you'll regret it, because I have shown you a reading about high vibrational Libra and low vibrational Libra. Didn't you see that woman who is trying to steal my energy swap? And Aquarius, I know you are involved in this. You will regret it. And a Cancer, you will not like what you're doing. And that's Capricorn. Anyway, I don't need to tell you much. I've explained to you how this shit works. Be very careful. Remember, what is the card representing Gemini? The Magician. Who is the Magician? Occult. And who rules Gemini? Mercury. Who is Mercury? Ruling also a Virgo. And that's why the Magician is Gemini and a Virgo. So Gemini, Virgo, that's the first group which will be affected. Then we have Aries, Sag, Scorp. Not all Sagittarius are true. That is one thing. I know Sagittarius who are pathological liars here. It's just by default. Just like when we say Libra, justice. Does it mean every Libra is a justice? How many bastard Libras we have here? And I'm sorry I'm using all these words. How many of them? Pathological liars, thieves, scammers, and they're Libra. Tell me. So it's just by default the sign. Doesn't mean you are the true one. Because I know a Sagittarius who is a thief and stole even my documents. And I know Geminis who are genuine. So do you see how it works? But this is how it's going to be. So there will be a lot of losses. It's cold. If you're going to be blessed, it's going to be very blessed. Your mother and your father are blessing you, and in abundance, you know, and the universe is stepping in. Remember, the sun is also God. But when it comes to removing shit, it's going to be brutal. But I'm also telling you, the dark world will be very nasty, heartless. Protect the children. Be careful. Men, they might be trying to rape women, and that's why we have this moon opposition Mars. And moon is Cancer. So Cancers and Aries, you will be face off, because there's something which will come out here. All right, so let's pick. Aries male, what stone will you need? Sodalite. So I'm gonna keep it closer. Okay, so you see the name. It says socialize or join in. Make healthy and supportive new friendship and connection by getting involved with a group of like-minded people. You are working with the wrong group. Ooh, look at the female. Very aggressive. Very aggressive. Amethyst, female Aries, you need to reveal your true self. I think someone is hiding something here. As you allow others to know the real you, you'll feel loved and who you truly are. Yeah, you need to accept who you are. You need to reveal yourself. Female Aries, it's done. Taurus, male. Tanzanite. Ready to love again? You've healed from the past enough to open your heart to new love. And when it's new love, it doesn't mean only love for friends, love like relationship, even love for yourself. Maybe you made a lot of blunders in the past, or you are dealing even with someone from Tanzania. It's time to pull off, move away. Something better. Something has finished its cycle. Female Taurus. Apatite. Apatite. It's a progress, not perfection. Don't compare yourself to others or judge yourself. Instead, focus upon how far you've come and all that you have learned, step by step. Don't compare yourself. It's progress, not perfection. Gemini males. I just saw a message. Somebody popped it here. Now now they're talking, telling stories. You can say whatever you want to say. You know, I don't give a fuck. But the truth is, it is what it is. Love me, hate me. I've told you what is coming. Lapis lazuli, Gemini male. The stone of ancient Egypt. It says, life-changing epiphany or experience. It's time of big blessed change for you and God supporting you each step of the way. Look at this sword. It speaks volume. You know the story of King Arthur. Nobody can take anybody's birthrights unless it's meant for you. So this is it. Again, we are coming back to that generational wealth, generational curses, and what your lineage have you built. If you are using a false identity, there is nothing for you. If you know you're doing the right thing, bingo. It's time to take the sword now. Use your element. Gemini female. Jed, wellness. And this is, you see, like Kundalini. So someone needs to go and check themselves go get checked. Gyno. There is something, you see, like white, something white. So maybe you might be having a lot of white discharge. Go and get it checked. It is something, it's an onset of something in your womb. And remember, the moon is in your sign. The full moon is in your sign. So definitely your womb will be affected. Go get yourself checked. Gemini sun sign. Moon, yes, very strongly. And rising. Get yourself checked because you'll be discharging white things or you're going to see something strange. Go get yourself checked. It's something beginning there. The recovery of health and wellness is here, yeah. You need to go get checked. Get healed before it's too late. So Geminis are done. Cancer. Watermelon Tamerlane, stress reduction. It says, distress your mind, body, and schedule as you need to rest, recharge, and revive. Gemini male. You have a mother figure here protecting you, a mother and a daughter, or a mother and a sister, or this can be your grandmother and her great-grandmother and your grandmother, like your grandma and great-grandma. Or if you have somebody who is female who has passed away, she's protecting you. And there's another female in front of you also. So maybe two females who have, but they're not alive. These people are already dead. They're protecting you. But they're asking you to reduce your stress. You're too stressed. Cancer female. Unakite. Answered prayers. All your great work has opened the door of divine solution and support. Let me tell you something also about crystal cards. When I put this energy, normally these are like high vibrational people. If you're in the low vibe, you'll have to do work for the crystal to work for you. That's why this crystal carry these messages of always like, it's different, like tarot. It's not like tarot. High vibrational energy is needed here. If you're low vibe, I will just tell you what to do, but high vibes by default. Because these are angelic energy, angel therapy. It's all about people who are already in the high vibration. This is now for Leo, Sun, smoky quartz. That's what you need. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, male. Leo, male. Clearing negativity. Release negativity from within or around you. So you might need to sage, or the people around you. Get rid of everybody who is not important anymore. You will need this. This is very significant for your success, for your blessings. Maybe you are getting cursed because of guilty by association and all that. Problems are not ending. It's because of the company you keep. And even around you, need to clear your energy. At work, at home, everywhere. Female, topaz. Forgiveness heals. And it says, time to release repressed anger as it's blocking your health and happiness. Maybe you're fighting with her or you have a grudge. It's time to get rid of it and move forward. Virgo males. Gold. Divine intervention. What did I tell you? The 7th house, there's divine intervention. This is it now. It's failing Virgo male. Divine intervention. God sends miracle to answer your sincere prayer. So there must be a group of Virgo who are, especially men, crying deep inside. You want the truth. There is divine intervention here. God is going to intervene. If you are involved in any kind of fraud or dirty shit, God is going to intervene. The whole plot is going to blow up. But if you're on the right side, then bingo. God is going to help you. Your prayers are getting answered. For female, Virgo female. Ooh. They're so sassy. Angelite. And it says spiritual or religious community. Join with like-minded people for friendship and increase spiritual growth. This is also what I got for Aries. Be very careful the group you hang out with. Spiritual groups. Join the groups which fit your customs and traditions. Do not go just blindly in any group and follow like a lost sheep, because choices have consequences. It's all about spirituality. So I'm talking to a Virgo female. You are trying to be a spiritualist. You might be in the wrong group. You are being warned. Join the right group. And the stone that you need is Angelite. Libra males. Wow. Rhodochrosite. Be gentle with yourself. You've been through a lot and need time to heal and recover. Libra male, you've been through a lot. So you are told to heal and recover. You might have gone through a lot of things. So there is divine justice which is coming, because we have the 7, which is very active, the 7 degree, where the moon is. Full moon will be at the 7.5 degree. 7.8, but before 8. Let's say 7.5. So it's divine intervention. And since you are a Libra, definitely you're going to get justice. So many Libra worldwide, you're going to get justice. And not only people, even countries which run under Libra, cities, towns, everything has a chart. Even the genies have chart, my dear, if you don't know. So everything under Libra will get divine justice. And I mean Libra by default, not jumping from one sign to another. No. The Libra by default. You are born, your soul contract was already written there. You're coming this world as Libra. So even if you come and change your identity here, it will not help. Even if you swap your astrology wheel and do all the energy swapping, no. You are going to get your divine intervention here. Whoever has done that, and I'm praying that it happens. That's why I came back to speak about this. Because I know energy swapping, karma is here. Because your parents were assigned to give birth to you. They had a soul contract too. You had a soul contract too. You have a mission. But the moment you come and steal somebody's destiny, you have altered God's will. That's why you remember when I was reading, there was that son and the woman pulling this lion. You are trying to tame God, and he has already signed with you a soul contract for you. You have a mission to do. But when you swap energy, if you are trying to take somebody's life, it means you refused. You are like Iblis. Because Iblis refused to bow down, refused God's instruction. Cold moon, occult moon. So where do you fall? You can be Hamsa Salawati. You pray 5 times a day, or you pray all the time, you read the Bible, the Torah and everything. But the moment you have altered your destiny, it means you have taken the energy of Iblis. Because Iblis refused, even after creation, he refused one instruction from God to bow down to the human. All the angels did except Iblis, and that is the reason he was chased out. So you have proved yourself to be Iblis. You refused your soul contract, so I will swap energy. By doing that, you have already sold your soul to Iblis. You have become part of Iblis. That is the danger of swapping a destiny. For you, it's just material things for this world. You might swap it full moon, you are dead. What will happen? I have my real soul contract with God. I will still be here. Even if you swap my energy and delay it, there will always be a way out. But what about you who has used the occult to swap energy? Full moon, you get your answer. That's why I said, remember I was telling that story? That woman who is going to lose her soul in 10 days, even in the Quran, it was confirmed. They are not even if it's not your time to die, because this is a brutal full moon, they will come and just rip it off, put it somewhere. 8th house. You see? 7th house is divine intervention. They will pull that soul. 8th house, they will keep it, and you will be declared dead. Until your time comes, 9th house, you will be taken up. So, Libra female. Libra female. Citrine, unnecessary worries. And it says, release the burden of worries by giving them to God for healing and solution. Exactly. When they try to swap your energy, leave it to God. This full moon is the game changer. For the last 12 years, what someone has done to you, it's going to come back and bite them. For the last 12 months, what somebody has done to you, it's going to finish them. And I'm telling you, such things, this occult, I was waiting for this time. That's why I always tell you, I move with time. I was waiting exactly for this because I knew my energy was swapped. I knew it. And this is the time now. Because the way you have swapped it is like Iblis, you sold your soul. Now this cold moon of the occult, the way you're going to be judged, is going to be ruthless. And it's your own parental, from your mother's side, your father's side, and from God. There is no way you can run from it. No way. Even your open enemies. 7th house is ruling open enemies. They are going to be judged. 7 degrees, 7th house, they are definitely going to be judged. There is no way out. Scorpios. Scorpio male. Sapphire. And it says, easy does it. Your health, happiness, and abundance require a gentle approach to life and work. There are no shortcuts in life. Life is easy if you do it the right way. There are no shortcuts. You are trying to do things. You need to have a very gentle approach when it comes to life. You are too judgmental maybe, or you take things too lightly or too personal. Whatever you are doing, easy does it. Sometimes you just need to let go and let God be. What you do always has a funny way of coming back to you. You have no control of anyone's destiny or anything. Whatever is written for you, it's written for you. If you are getting 100, it's 100. If you want to add 10, it will just be there, but you're going to lose all them. Or it will you lose the 900 and get back only the 100 that you were supposed to get from the beginning. So be careful. Scorpio female, what stone will you need? Moonstone. And this is full moon. And you know why? Because also Mars. Jupiter is in Mars, which is Aries. And Mars rules you also. So you and Aries. When the moon is opposing Aries, it's going to oppose you, Scorpio, too. So the two of you, what link do you have together? And a Scorpio female here. Heighten intuition, be extra aware of your inner knowingness as it's trustworthy. For those who are high vibrational, your intuition will be getting better. But if you are low vibrational, I'm telling you in advance, you, Aries, and the moon. There's a tug of war here. And you might be affected. Check your moon cycles. A Cancer can be significant in your life. Good or bad. Be careful. But there is also something to do with a mother figure, I think. I don't want to tell you much. I don't want to scare you, but it is what it is. Sagittarius male, Ruby, bless your heart. It says, reach out for emotional and spiritual support to heal and mend your heart. Yeah, you will be heartbroken because I did see Sagittarius male earlier. I know you're affected. The person you trusted has put you in a lot of shit. So reach for some a spiritual support. You might need prayers, exorcism and such. Because whatever you are carrying is a burden. And the sun is in your sign. Look, yellow. And at the same time, remember, the sun is also God. So use it wisely. Use it wisely. Get help. If it is ruqya, if it is exorcism, if you need to go to any religious group, okay, you are a Jew, you can go and to the synagogue, ask a rabbi to help you or give you a way forward, how you can do it. If you are a Hindu, whatever, you can use whatever means of ways, but you will need spiritual support to heal yourself. Someone has left you in tatters or is about to leave you in tatters. So be smart, be one step ahead. Female, Rubelite, passion and purpose. Your enthusiasm gives you energy and motivation to work on a meaningful project that's dear to your heart. So this female, it can be you wish to have something to do. Okay, pray. The sun is in your house, but you're gonna be judged too. If you did something out of spite just for money and everything, it's gonna be taken away. I'm just telling you in advance. But if you're out there doing what you love the most, sincerely, then take that steady pace, but you will reach your goals. Capricorn male, turquoise, spiritual path. Your true beliefs are becoming clearer to you, which prompts you to make necessary life changes. Capricorn, yeah, you will have to make life changes when it comes to your spirituality. What do you believe in? Full moon, it will be clear because there is something which will happen to you personally, and that will be a life-altering situation, good or bad. And it will give you an overview of what you should do next when it comes to your spirituality. If you're running an occult, then I'm telling you in advance, be careful if you're in such dirty groups. I'm talking to many Capricorns. My nose is itchy. Yeah. They're rubbing it on my face like, ooh, tell them. Yeah. So you will know where you stand. Full moon, you will definitely know. And mind you, full moon is 7th, but the energy goes 2 weeks. Might not happen on the same day, but 2 weeks. Cappy female. Ametrine. Balancing masculine and feminine energies. Allow your feminine side to creativity inspire you and masculine side to give you confidence. Yeah. Someone needs to balance their yin and yang. They're out of control. And I did say someone can become bonkers here with these energies. The wrath which is coming on this moon, you are out of alignment. That's the only thing I will tell you. So balance your alignment here quickly. Aquarius. Emerald. Ceremonies and celebration. Aquarius male. It's time to important life passes such as wedding, birthday, graduation, or anniversaries. Okay, not maybe you'll be going to celebrate Christmas or whatever with your family, friends, whatever. But also, this can be also ritualistic celebration. You might have like transformed your life to become something better. So this is the time you need to celebrate. Celebrate yourself. If you have done something good, pat your back. You don't need people to recognize you. If you have done something wrong, fix it quickly so that you can get this energy in your life and celebrate yourself. For others, I think there can be a wedding, someone's birthday, parties, Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever. Aquarius female. Clear quartz. Let yourself feel all your emotions. Your entire rainbow spectrum feeling is sending you important messages and guidance. Listen to what I'm telling you and listen to all those people who you can trust giving you messages. Sometimes your answers come in a way that you least expect. So you are being told here, see? Clear quartz. Pay attention to what you hear and try to listen to the guidance. Don't do things out of emotion because you're going to regret it. Aquarius is one of the signs which is also cold and brutal. They're very cold. That is a fact. Both male and female. And this moon is going to affect you. So don't allow those emotions to come into you. Be compassionate. Because when Aquarian wants to be humanitarian, they can be. But when they want to be brutal, they can be very heartless. Don't allow that to happen to you. There is someone I'm picking for an Aquarius female. Someone might even tempt you to do something. Think twice. You might be talking to an Iblis in form of human and you don't know it. Someone who's going to drive you down into your pit. Pisces, male. Amber, give it to God. Take a deep breath and on the exhale, release the situation to God for healing and answers. Whatever has happened, Pisces, leave it to God. And yellow, the sun, leave it to God. You will see things happening, answers are coming if you sincerely pray and leave it to God. You will be shocked at the turn of events because everything is going to be balanced by the universe. Whether they like it, nobody can run from this. Nobody. Female, Aqua Aura, healthy communication in relationships, heart-to-heart discussion and clear assertive communication help you understand and be understood. You need to have a heart-to-heart communication with someone. If something is bothering you, this is the time to talk because you need to close this cycle. This moon, close it. You don't have, it's like, you have to be like open. We are talking, agree to agree, agree to disagree, close this cycle and ciao. Start a new year, new you. But you have to have closure. If you can talk to this person or whoever, and if it's a situation, if it's a job, do it. If you can't, then you will need to talk to yourself and have closure in what you have done. Because regardless what will happen, without communication, you will never be able to move forward. So communication with yourself also. Stop suppressing what is inside. You need to spit it out and then make peace and let it go. So those are the very important messages. Please be very careful, protect children. And I'm telling you, this is a festive season. I've warned you before and I'm warning you again. This brutal full moon is going to be shit. People are going to be heartless. And especially people of the dark world. And I've warned you. The dark world is cooking something for the whole universe here, for the whole globe. God knows what they're going to do, but it's going to be very cold and brutal. There's a lot of revenge. If you know you have enemies, just pray and protect yourself. Your enemies will want to attack you, but the good news is, if you know your karma is clean, you did nothing to these people or a person or a situation, but they're framing you or attacking you or doing this and that, believe me, divine intervention will come. You will even witness your enemy passing away. You can be somewhere, you'll send shot, or you can get a clip. Mercury rules also our gadgets, so you can get communication from our gadgets. The person who has always been a bully suddenly is out of your life. Taken, because the energy of mother, father, they're stepping in. A lot of divorces can also happen because the moon and the Mars, when they're in opposition, and there's divine justice, especially if a woman has been, let's say, in a marriage and it was not happy, or a man was in a situation is not happy, even at work. So there'll be a lot of fallouts. Empires falling out, companies falling out. I did say recession. the onset of Great Depression. It's disalignment also. We are going to be judged personally. And when we start to be judged personally, this is now the most dangerous part, because it's like judgment, Kiyama. What have you done 12 years, 12 months? When it's all combined, then shit is hitting the fan now. Whatever you have accumulated, because Jupiter has finished its cycle, as I said. It blessed you when it transited your house. How did you use it? I didn't use it nicely. I was abusing power. Okay, goodbye to the 8th house. Stamp. Oh, I was okay. This person was just, they were doing their job. Okay, here is a promotion. Here's this. Here's a life-changing situation, because Jupiter can transform you. For some people, you can even have a father figure who will step in your life, or a male. Doesn't have to be a father. Jupiter is also a husband, astrologically, who can enter in your life and transform your life completely. So, especially females. So these are the type of energies you're going to have. But I'm telling you, the reason why I recorded this and informing you is because protect yourselves. Please, please, please. This is no joke. It's a cold moon. It's an occult moon. And you know, full moon always pulls energy from earlier. Like now it's already on. That's why I have pulled that energy and I'm sharing it with you. Stay in your zodiac signs. Please. This is not joke. Why? As I told you, the womb. When you are a baby, you are inside the womb with amniotic fluid. Fluid is water, water is life. When you stay in your identity, you have a direct etheric cord with your mother. And your mother has a direct etheric cord with where? With the heavens, where your soul was. So there is that divine protection, something which is like straight protecting you. Whatever hits, it will come back, like it still holds you. When you're moving signs, staying in somebody else's sign, even if you love them so much, you don't come from that lineage. Even if it's your sister, you don't share the same code. Even if you are twins, you don't share the same code. You didn't share umbilical cord together. But you have your own. That's why we have Jupiter first house, your own etheric code, which can heal you. This is the time the occult will confuse you. Gemini, again, full moon in Gemini is trickster. They will come and give you stories, soft stories. Do this and that and that and that, and phew, your energy is gone. Cast because of guilty by association. Investors, open your eyes. If you get contract, read twice. If you start a relationship, be very careful. Get to know that person, because Mars is opposing the moon. They're in opposition. Moon-Mars opposition. Someone might look sweet in the beginning, but you might be dealing with a serial killer, psychopath, a con artist, someone who has, a duality, different identities, only to end up, you have problem. But the good thing, divine intervention is there, pray. But someone has done something nasty. And the reading, as per the readings earlier, I read, and it's nothing but the truth. It's, the problem with most people, they don't want to be told the truth because it triggers their shadows. Not this moon. I'm telling you, it's a wrap up for the last 12 years, 12 months. Personally, I know how it's affected me. It has affected me for the last 12 years of my life. I went through hell. I faced so many death attempts. I was almost I had cancer. I was almost dying. I lost everything. No hair, nothing. I was on a wheelchair for 3 months. I never thought I'll survive. I was poisoned. So I went through a lot of things. So now the judgment is coming for the last 12 years. And I'm sure many people have gone through hell also. So be mindful what is going to happen. The judgment is brutal, very cold. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, I'm telling you. And it's coming with the occult. Occult is always something which is unseen, hidden knowledge and such. And that's why we have the 7.5 divine intervention of the moon is at 7 degree 0.50. Yeah, 48 is 50. Where Saturn is there, Jupiter is there. And the sun is already there, I'm telling you, in Jupiter. But then we have divine intervention. Is it going to bless you, the Jupiter style, or is it going to curse you, the Saturn style? Are you choosing the devil or the Hierophant? The choice is yours. So that's all I had to share. Until then, bye.